Welcome to the water cooler, everybody. I'm David Brody. Glad you're with us. It's Wednesday, December 16, 2020. The Electoral College has officially certified Joe Biden as the winner of the presidential election. But that doesn't mean the fraud investigations are over. Today on the Hill, Senator Ron Johnson held a congressional hearing into voter irregularities. There he is. Lots of syllables in that word, by the way, irregularities, and lots of election fraud to still sift through. We're going to have all the details. Plus, Congress working on the COVID stimulus bill. Will many Americans be receiving a Christmas check in the mail? Those four are working at it. We're going to talk to Congressman Brian Babin about that. And how about this? The first do-it-yourself home COVID kit is out. Hey, that's way better than Elf on a Shelf or even a fruitcake this Christmas. More on that on the big show today. But first to that congressional hearing on election fraud. Senator Ron Johnson, he's the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee, chaired the hearing. And, well, let's just say he was not happy with how Democrats and the media have treated these allegations of fraud.
This hearing should not be controversial. It really shouldn't be. This is something I think we all should want to restore the confidence in our election system. A week ago, when I gave notice to this hearing, there were more standing issues and court cases than there are today. But even though courts have handed down decisions and the Electoral College has awarded Joe Biden 306 electoral votes, a large percentage of the American public does not believe the November election results are legitimate. This is not a sustainable state of affairs in our democratic republic. There are many reasons for this high level of skepticism. It starts with today's climate of hyperpartisanship, which was only exacerbated by the persistent efforts to delegitimize the results of the 2016 election. The corrupt investigation and media coverage of the Russian collusion hoax reduced faith in our institutions, and the ongoing suppression and censorship of conservative perspective by biased media and social media adds fuel to the flames.
We should point out that on hand today to testify was Christopher Krebs. He's the former top administration official for cybersecurity. Remember, he was fired by the president. He actually told the committee today that it was dangerous, that's his words, dangerous, for members of Congress to embrace what he calls false and baseless attacks on how the 2020 election was conducted. So for more on all of this, I want to bring in Jordan Sekulow, one of the lawyers for President Donald J. Trump. Jordan, hey, thanks for being back on the show. I appreciate it.
Sure, David. Thank you.
Well, Jordan, look, essentially Christopher Krebs is saying it's time to stop buying all this election fraud nonsense. I mean, that's what he's saying, that the president and his supporters in Congress are claiming. What are you saying about all of that?
I think that what the Senate is doing by conducting these investigations and hearings is great. I mean, whether or not that will change the legal outcome or any legal cases that are still pending or that might be filed still as the president continues to fight, the fact that we're getting this information out there and that words, whether it's fraud or illegal conduct, we focused a lot on our legal work for the president in these issues early on. We filed the lawsuits, and the team of Trump lawyers and RNC and campaign lawyers filed lawsuits in states before the election saying what you're about to do violates the laws of your state and the Constitution. And we were told by judge after judge that, well, you know what, you haven't been harmed yet, so you'll have to come back. And then when we came back, they said, well, it's too late now. Because, and this was even before the Electoral College, because we're not going to throw out votes, and most of this was actually these cases ended up being thrown out on procedural matters, not on the merits. Cases that did reach the merits were pretty close. I mean, in Wisconsin, just a couple days ago, is 4-3, and if with one judge shifting, 200,000 votes could have been thrown out in Wisconsin. So to say that these challenges weren't legitimate or were dangerous, you don't get 4-3 decisions, even if they go against you, if they're not legitimate challenges. That means 3 of those Wisconsin Supreme Court justices agreed that those 200,000 votes were illegally cast because most of them were absentee votes where no one requested an absentee ballot. I mean, so it was issues like that weren't necessarily fraud, but also illegal conduct by specific states.
Jordan, I want to show you something from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel today. This is about Ron Johnson specifically. And of course, he held the hearing, but this is what the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel said about an interview they did with him. They said Ron Johnson calls election legitimate and acknowledges Biden victory, but still plans hearings on alleged irregularities. And so I guess my question is, what do you make of that? But overall, there's a search on the way for January 6th and one U.S. senator to stand up, whether it be Ron Johnson, Rand Paul, Mike Lee, Ted Cruz. What's your sense? What are you hearing as to whether or not you think one U.S. senator will boldly stand up on January 6th?
I think a lot of that is still in the mix. I don't think Mo Brooks is there yet with the senator. I know that the names that you've talked about are certainly the likely senators who would do this and then cause both houses, both the House and the Senate, to go and have this debate over the electors before they certify this. But again, I think that if you have these hearings and the information that's come out, the information I was just talking about in Wisconsin, that maybe courts didn't, we were one vote short in court, but Congress may want to look into it because there was agreement by 3 justices on Wisconsin that there were issues. And that the Supreme Court really said, and I get, David, what I really think the Supreme Court did, I know a lot of people are angry with the Supreme Court, but I think what they were really indicating was that you don't need the Supreme Court here to tell these states that what they did was wrong. They already have a remedy under their law and the U.S. Constitution where they, as state legislators, can fix this problem. And no one can really challenge that. They can put forward a new set of electors. Unfortunately, I think a lot of those 4 states specifically were not going to do that unless they got a ruling from the Supreme Court that not who they had to seat as electors, but that their elections were held and they violated the law. And so that they were looking for something like that. But the court, when there's other remedies available, usually wants to go to those other remedies. So I still think, again, where the uphill challenge here is that, let's say Congressman Brooks can find one of those senators. I want to be a realist to everybody as we're talking through this, because I think it's just honest and fair.
Sure.
Even if he does, it's not the constitutional option where someone doesn't get to 270 and the House votes by state delegation, where Republicans actually are in the lead. This is even after if they got the Republican senator, they have the debate, the House would vote based off a single vote by each member. The Democrats still have the majority there. They're not going to vote out a potential or vote in Donald Trump as the rightful winner of the election, like it or not. So would the debate be good for the country? Do people need to kind of have faith in the elections? I think so, because here's what I'm worried about, David, is Georgia, where time after time I'm seeing on social media, and my first 2 campaign jobs actually were in the state of Georgia, and I'm starting to see these Georgia Republicans and also some new actors kind of in the state try and say, why even vote? This is all rigged. And I try to remind people, like, David Perdue beat Jon Ossoff. Kelly Loeffler just had to get through the primary because there were 2 good Republican candidates in that, Doug Collins as well. She did. And if Republicans turn out big there, they can beat Dominion, they can beat Warnock, they can beat liberal Hollywood, and they can keep control of the U.S. Senate. They can't be discouraged. If they're discouraged, we're in serious trouble, not just for who's in control of the White House, but if it is Joe Biden, then if there's going to be any check on the Biden administration for at least 2 years.
Yeah, so you have real concerns about what's happening in Georgia in terms of the vote being suppressed somehow, some way.
Yes, and the Republican Party, the RNC, has filed a lawsuit in Georgia, not about the 2020 presidential election, but against the Secretary of State, and it's really just saying, follow the rules of your own state. I mean, it's not alleging anything great. It's just saying, we are calling on you to follow the rules, and here's what you can do as Secretary of State to make sure the rules are followed so we don't have a repeat of the presidential election where we have people saying, oh, we got to stop counting ballots. Then we have videos of them keep counting ballots and these kind of issues. Let's not have that happen again. And I think there is a huge movement to try and discourage Republicans from voting. But yet you got Mike Pence going down there. President's been down there. I'm sure he'll be down there again. Basically every elected Republican in the House and the Senate, even newly elected members of the U.S. Senate. I know, like Bill Hagerty from Tennessee, who is not even taken his oath yet to be a U.S. Senator, is in Georgia campaigning. So, I mean, they're taking, because Republicans know they can win. The votes are there. The votes were there for David Perdue, and they just need to turn out again in big numbers and send a message to the whole country. To me, it's a national election. It's also a way to protect much of the Trump legacy.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds. Back to January 6th. You mentioned Mo Brooks on the House side. Let's be in the truth-telling business as well, Jordan. On the Senate side, even if Republicans control the Senate on January 6th and they went and discussed and had a vote on it, Mitt Romney, Ben Sasse, they're not getting to 50 votes. I mean, it's not.
I don't think so.
No.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. So even, and Mitch McConnell said this, it wasn't so much him, and I think that he gets too much blame. He was basically saying it be within his own caucus. There's only so much he can control. And you've got the guys like Mitt Romney, who voted halfway to impeach the president over a phone call. And you've got the Ben Sasse types who just don't like President Trump, they're not going to go along with it. So you might get to a point where we have the debate, but I don't want people to get their hopes up that this is going to overturn the Electoral College vote.
Jordan Sekulow, always great to see you. Great insight. Thank you, sir. All the best.
Thanks, David.
All right. When we come back, Congressman Brian Babin, Texas congressman, talking about the latest on the COVID relief bill. Will there be Christmas checks in the mail for millions of Americans? Back.
Nearly 110 million people were victims of cybercrime last year. There was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds.
Somebody ran over $50,000 in my name.
This hacker, he was able to make it appear that all the keystrokes are coming from my location.
It felt like my world was turned upside down and not certain how to get out of it.
Did you know that cyber criminals can see your online activity over Wi-Fi? Or load spyware onto your devices? Or steal your identity from online records? You live so much of your life online, it's hard to know how to even begin to protect yourself. That's why Norton 360 with LifeLock makes it easy. With an all-in-one solution that provides device security to help block hackers, a VPN to help keep your online activity private, and LifeLock identity theft protection.
The criminals have evolved, and with that, Norton LifeLock's evolved, and that's the protection I want.
My membership means I have everything all in one place.
Being a member of Norton LifeLock means that somebody always has my back.
Your digital life may be in lots of places, but there's one place to help keep it safe. Norton 360 with LifeLock. Every membership includes award-winning Norton device security, a VPN for online privacy, LifeLock identity theft protection with our $1 Million Protection Package, providing lawyers and experts if needed.
They got me a lawyer when I needed one, and I didn't have to pay a dime out of pocket.
Join today. Use promo code 25TV to save 25% off your first year and get a free tile key finder with your annual membership.
With Norton 360 with LifeLock, I have all the protection I need all in one place at a touch of a finger.
Norton 360 with LifeLock. Call 1-800-309-1084 or visit lifelock.com/25TV. Use promo code 25TV to save 25% off your first year and get a free tile key finder with your annual membership. Call right now.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Call or go online now to take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. And he'll extend his 60-day money-back guarantee through March 1st, 2021. And don't forget to get your MyPillow gift card for the best Christmas gift ever. Order now.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. The COVID relief bill. What is the latest from Congress? Will they get it passed? Will there be Christmas checks in some folks' stockings, or possibly after that, in this new year coming up? Let's get the latest from Congressman Brian Babin, U.S. Congressman from Texas, back on the show with us. Congressman Babin, great to see you here on the water cooler.
Always great to be with you, David.
Well, what is the latest? It looks like things are moving along. You've got Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Kevin McCarthy. And who did I miss? Kevin McCarthy? I don't know. The other fourth one. Did I say Schumer? Anyhow, all of them are meeting. What's the latest there?
Well, I think things are getting closer than they've ever been. As you know, over 40 times we have tried to get PPP. There's $138 billion just sitting there, and the Paycheck Protection Program was one of the most probably effective parts of the great bill that we passed months and months ago. But the part for small businesses expired at the end of August, and many small businesses are simply going by the wayside. They're closing up, never to open up again. And it was such an effective part of that bill to have the Democrats not work with us to just take that $138 billion that's sitting there. We wouldn't even have to add money to it. And yet 40 times plus they have turned us down. So I'm hoping that they come up with something here real quick and add it to and let's start giving relief, COVID relief, to our people who are out of work, who are suffering very, very much.
So you believe a bill's going to get done then? And what about these checks that we're hearing, the stimulus checks?
Well, as of right now, the last word I heard was that there would not be stimulus checks in this particular bill, but I don't know. I'm not sitting at the table, David. I wish I was, but nevertheless, I'm not. So I'm hearing that is not something that's going to be part of it at this point in time. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Right. Congressman Babin, let me ask you a little bit about a lot of this election fraud that we've talked about before. I mean, you have that act out there, the Have to Be Alive to Vote Act. You've been very frustrated with the process. You had Mitch McConnell come out on the Senate floor yesterday and call Joe Biden president-elect. What did you make of what Mitch McConnell did there?
I was disappointed, quite frankly. I was very disappointed because it's really not final until January the 6th when those electoral votes are ratified and certified by the House and the Senate. And until that time, I think that there's just too many allegations, too many hundreds and hundreds of sworn affidavits. We all saw the footage of ballots being carried about in suitcases in Georgia. Forensic report on Dominion machines in Antrim County, Michigan, reported that they had a 66% error rate. And Trump has received more minority votes than any GOP president since 1960. He won 19 of 20 bellwether counties across the country. He won 27 out of 27 toss-up seats. He did well in the Senate, in spite of every poll saying that wouldn't happen. 75 million Americans voted for this president, and 70% of those feel like the election was stolen.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, he received 11 million more votes this time than he did in 2016. And we're supposed to accept the fact that President Trump lost without any inquiries, without any careful investigations. And I'm very disappointed in the Supreme Court not hearing the Texas case. I was very, very disappointed in that, especially with the three Trump-appointed justices who simply kept mum. The only two that wanted to hear the case were Clarence Thomas and Alito. They were the only two. And I was very disappointed that they were not going to hear this case.
Congressman, I want to switch over to something. It was an op-ed that you wrote, you took down. It was the Washington Examiner op-ed. I was doing some research, my producer Madison, and we were looking through this, and it was about religious freedom at risk in a Biden administration, but it said the op-ed had been withdrawn. Explain this and what happened here.
Well, the liberal media continues to manipulate the news that fits their own agenda, and and their narrative, and that's what we've been experiencing for years, but especially leading up into the election. So last week I wrote this op-ed that the Washington Examiner picked up and wanted to publish. However, they made their own edits to it, and they published it without my staff's or my consent, and they basically fundamentally changed my perspective and my intent. And so, unfortunately, the Examiner distorted my position on the outcome of the 2020 election, and I could not really allow the manipulation of my words to be attributed to me or my office. That was not my position, what was finally printed. And so after a lengthy conversation with them, they finally agreed to take the op-ed down, and they posted a statement that they wrote. Sadly, it's growing harder and harder to find journalistic integrity in this country. And that's basically what happened.
So just so I understand, what was the contention, that they felt like the election had been settled and you had put something along those lines that it had not, and they had an issue with that?
Yes, they had an issue with that, and this is why you asked me a second ago, but if I was happy with Mitch McConnell basically telling his Republican colleagues not to contest the January 6th electoral certification. This election was not over. In fact, this was even prior to the Electoral College voting yesterday or day before, whenever it was. And so it was even more relevant at that time. And this thing was not over. And quite frankly, they changed the wording, and it basically changed what I truly believe. And so we had it taken down.
Sounds like a case of media suppression added again. It's like the Great Suppression out there.
We're seeing it over and over again. Big tech has done it over and over and over again. We see when we make express conservative opinions on our social media or in op-eds or anywhere else, then we see a suppression of it. We see a pushback from the liberal media, the radical Democrat side. And, even on my Facebook, they post these little things, well, check this and check that for the real information. And, of course, a lot of times you're shadow banned and you don't even realize they've taken you down.
That's right.
That's why I think it's so important that we actually start restricting these and getting rid of the Section 230, repeal that in the communications.
Congressman, gotta run. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for being here. Back in a moment.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every MyPillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota to ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about MyPillow is the support. It gives my neck a little hug.
I've never slept better in my life. What's better than a great night's sleep?
Call or go online to take advantage of my best offer ever. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, you can get premium MyPillows regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. That's right, only $29.98. That's the lowest price ever. I tried every pillow from expensive down pillows that just went flat to fiber-filled pillows that rebound every time you move your head. I even tried those memory foam pillows, and the curve did not match my neck, and it probably won't match yours. That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow has a 10-year warranty, it's machine washable and dryable, and I back them with my 60-day money-back guarantee. Call or go online now to take advantage of my best offer ever. Use the promo code to get queen-size premium MyPillows regularly $69.98 for only $29.98. Get king-size MyPillows for just $5 more. It's the lowest price ever. This is a limited-time offer and not available in stores. Don't delay, order now. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $100 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $100 off. Call now.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. All right, today we've had some fantastic guests so far. We're patting ourselves on the back. We do it all the time. Jordan Sekulow from Trump's legal team was here. Congressman Brian Babin of Texas joined us a few minutes ago. I think I've been anchoring a heck of a show. Madison producing the heck out of this show. But here at the water cooler, we do like to call ourselves News with a Smile. See? And what better news is there to smile at than the FDA approving the first at-home COVID test yesterday evening? So this was created by the digital diagnostic company Ellume. I like calling it that, Ellume. The FDA granted emergency use authorization to the Ellume COVID home test for non-prescription usage by people who are symptomatic and asymptomatic. So the test has demonstrated 96% accuracy. In numerous testing sites, it's been tested for adults and children 2 years and older. And Ellume has announced that they are ramping up their manufacturing. They're going to have production for about 100,000 tests per day starting in about January 2021. And I'm told about 1 million later in the year. So good news on the COVID home vaccine front. Vaccine? No, COVID? I just said COVID. Home COVID test front. President Trump, as you might imagine, has been touting this for a while. He says Operation Warp Speed, the vaccine, we're fantastic, we're wonderful. This is what he said a few days ago.
I have really good news. Today, our nation has achieved a medical miracle. We have delivered a safe and effective vaccine in just 9 months. This is one of the greatest scientific accomplishments in history. It will save millions of lives and soon end the pandemic once and for all. I am thrilled to report that the FDA has authorized the Pfizer vaccine. We have given Pfizer and other companies a great deal of money, hoping this would be the outcome, and it was. On behalf of the American people, I'd like to thank all of the brilliant scientists, technicians, doctors, and workers who made this all possible. Pfizer and Moderna have announced their vaccine is approximately 95% effective, far exceeding expectations. These vaccines are also very safe. American citizens participated in clinical trials that were far larger than normal and had no serious side effects. The dedicated and independent experts at the FDA meticulously studied the results of the trials, and it has now passed the gold standard of safety. Through Operation Warp Speed, my administration provided a total of $14 billion to accelerate vaccine development and to manufacture all of the top candidates in advance. This included a nearly $2 billion investment in Pfizer to produce 100 million doses of their vaccine, with an option to produce 500 million additional doses. And I'm proud to say that we have made sure that this vaccine will be free for all Americans. Through our partnership with FedEx and UPS, we have already begun shipping the vaccine to every state and zip code in the country. The first vaccine will be administered in less than 24 hours. The governors decide where the vaccines will go in their state and who will get them first. We want our senior citizens, healthcare workers, and first responders to be first in line. This will quickly and dramatically reduce deaths and hospitalizations. When the China virus invaded our shores, I promised that we would produce a vaccine in record time before the end of the year. They said it couldn't be done, but with today's announcement, we have now achieved that goal. The United States is the first nation in the world to produce a verifiably safe and effective vaccine. Today's achievement is a reminder of America's unlimited potential when we have the will and the courage to pursue ambitious goals. As I've said from the beginning, a vaccine will vanquish the virus and return life back to normal. The pandemic may have begun in China, but we are ending it right here in America. Operation Warp Speed is the greatest medical manufacturing endeavor in American history. We are deeply grateful to every person who has worked round the clock on this monumental national project to save lives. Thank you all for your tremendous gifts to humanity. God bless you, God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world. Thank you.
President Trump, obviously, before the vaccine was released, we know it's now out there. And also, we want to bring you a little bit of our Surgeon General interview with Jerome Adams, the Surgeon General of the United States, who talked about whether or not this vaccine will be safe to take. Have a look at this.
We want people to understand that we've been working for months to make sure when we do have a vaccine, it will be distributed efficiently, it will be distributed equitably, and that people should trust it. And so this summit today is really to help people understand from both the federal, state, and local perspective what we're doing to ensure distribution, but also to promote vaccine confidence. I want people to know these vaccines are incredibly safe. They are over 90% effective, and that I, as a physician, as a dad, as the Surgeon General, will get a vaccine myself as soon as they tell me I'm able to. That's how confident I am that they will help us in this pandemic.
How do you overcome that hurdle? Because I can tell you right now, anecdotally and otherwise, there are a lot of folks that feel this might be rushed. I mean, they're glad, believe me, Operation Warp Speed, fantastic, but they're concerned. And of course, the anti-vax crowd will say, I'm just not getting any, I'm not taking this. I'm just not going to take it.
Well, I completely understand where people are coming from. They want to know that this vaccine is safe, and I want people to know that these vaccines were made with technology that has been around for over a decade. So it's not brand new. Really, the speed has come through administrative efficiencies and also through ramping up manufacturing ahead of time. We really have spent a lot of money to make sure we could produce these vaccines very quickly, not so that we could cut any safety corners whatsoever. So that's important for people to understand. And again, I want people to know that this is the way we end this pandemic. So while there's been a lot of politicization of the entire process, the real honest truth for people is that if we don't get people vaccinated, then we will continue to feel the pain from this pandemic. We'll continue to see people suffering. So it's important that we engage with groups, faith leaders. I'm talking to celebrity influencers, the NFL, to help people understand these vaccines are safe and they are effective and they'll help us in this pandemic.
So there's going to be some sort of concerted promotional effort to get people on board so other Americans know it's safe to take?
Absolutely. And I've been working with many of these groups since February, March, the beginning of this pandemic. And from that time, I've been speaking about the importance of vaccine confidence. But yes, we will continue to work increasingly with groups to promote vaccine confidence. And one thing you can do right now is get your flu vaccine. It is National Flu Vaccination Week, and that will help us keep hospital beds open for COVID patients.
So will you take the vaccine? Email me, dbrody@justthenews.com. dbrody@justthenews.com. Will you take the vaccine?
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Call or go online to order your very own Giza Dream Sheets and take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use your promo code, and for a limited time, when you buy one set of sheets, you'll get another set absolutely free. And Mike will extend his money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2021. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long. Call or go online to order your very own Giza Dream Sheets and take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use your promo code, and for a limited time, when you buy one set of sheets, you'll get another set absolutely free. And Mike will extend his money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2021. Order from a variety of colors and solids and new flannel sheets. And don't forget to get your MyPillow gift card for the best Christmas gift ever. Hurry, this is a limited time offer. Order now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Call or go online now to take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use your promo code, and for a limited time, when you buy one set of sheets, you'll get another set absolutely free. And Mike will extend his money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2021. Order from a variety of colors and solids and new flannel sheets. And don't forget to get your MyPillow gift card for the best Christmas gift ever. Order now.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. Look, I got to tell you, if I watch CNN just for like 5 or 10 minutes, which, by the way, I then use an Alka-Seltzer chaser, but after I'm done with the Alka-Seltzer, I say to myself, wait a minute, there's like no coverage at all about any of the election fraud that's been going on about a month or so. It's like, I don't know, it's like 8 seconds at the end of an infomercial or something in the middle of the night on CNN. It's been actually pretty pathetic. I want to talk more about election integrity and what Trump supporters do at this point with Clay Clark. Let's try saying that 5 times fast. He's the host of the Thrive Time radio show and founder of Thrive15.com, a real highly respected business school. Hey, Clay, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
David, I greatly appreciate you for lowering the standards just low enough to allow me on your show.
Well, the fact that you said this show has standards, we'll just wait till you see the show. But anyhow, hey, Clay, tell me a little bit about what's been happening here as it relates to election integrity, because there are tens of millions of Americans who believe this election's been stolen. They feel frustrated. What are they supposed to do now between now and January 6th?
If it's okay with you, I want to give great news to the listeners out there, okay?
Sure,
Got 4 big ideas. First off, the hardware used to count the votes, that's called Dominion. It's the Dominion company. It's a Canadian company. It uses Chinese parts. And by the way, the good folks at Dominion, they share office space with George Soros in Toronto. Point number two, the software called Smartmatic, a.k.a. Sequoia, that was coded out by communists. Step 3, your votes are then put onto a German server in Frankfurt, Germany, on Amazon servers in Frankfurt, Germany. And step 4, for added confidence, your votes are then tabulated in Barcelona, Spain. What part of those 4 steps is scary? What part of it should make you question things? All of them. And now that information is becoming common knowledge. We just interviewed on our podcast the founder of Overstock.com, the head of eBay's fraud protection, and they all point out there is irrefutable voter fraud. And you might say, well, how is this good news? Well, it's good news because in 2018, our president of these great United States, President Donald J. Trump, on September 12th of 2018, he signed an executive order called, and I'm reading it, the Executive Order on Imposing Certain Sanctions in the Event of Foreign Interference in a United States Election. So now that we have irrefutable proof that the election was attempted to be stolen, Now this executive order from September 12th of 2018 becomes relevant. However, it would be a meaningless executive order if we didn't have the people willing to execute the order. And now we have this just in. We have a Secretary of Defense, Christopher C. Miller, who's actually a fan of the Constitution, who will implement this executive order. And Mr. John Ratcliffe is preparing the report, the Director of National Intelligence. And once he prepares the report and puts that on the president's desk, the president has the ability to take the stuff, to seize the assets of those people found to be guilty of corrupting our election. And now we also know Eric Coomer, the head of strategy for the company Dominion, the voting company Dominion, Eric Coomer, is a member of Antifa. The head of security and strategy for Dominion is a member of Antifa. This is all good news because the bad guys are going to lose.
All right, so Clay, so you realize when you say all of this, you've got a boatload of folks out there will say it's all a bunch of conspiracy stuff. You can't connect the dots, and none of this is showing up in court. You know that you know that's what people are saying.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. I'm a father of 5, all right? And I'm not trying to sell anything. And let me just tell you how corrupt what's going on is. I wrote a book called Fear Unmasked. I wrote a book that explained everything I just shared with your listeners and more about the medical fraud. You see, 2020 is the year where America is going to see the truth about the voter fraud and the medical fraud. Now, the medical fraud's 2 or 3 times worse, in my opinion, than the voter fraud. But I wrote a book, and my book got banned from Amazon. You understand that my literary agent, Esther Federkevich, she represents Tim Tebow and myself, and my book got banned from Amazon for hate speech when you could still buy Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf. Think about that. You could buy Adolf Hitler's book, Mein Kampf, but you couldn't buy a book exposing medical fraud called Fear Unmasked. So what I'm going to do for the listeners out there is I call this the Clay Clark Might Be Crazy Challenge. Send me a text to 918. This is my cell phone number.
Oh,
this
gosh.
is added evidence I might be crazy. My cell phone number, 918-851-6920. 918-851-6920. And text me, and I'm going to give you irrefutable proof. The same evidence that Lynn Wood has, the same evidence that Roger Stone has. I'm talking about affidavits. I'm talking about video footage. I'm talking about proof, irrefutable proof that the voter fraud occurred, and I will text it to you all right there. Boom.
Clay, got to tell you, there's a lot of folks that see all that evidence out there, and then the bottom line is we hear from the media, it doesn't go anywhere because courts are not giving. Even Jenna Ellis, who was on this program earlier this week, asked about evidentiary hearings. They're not getting to the discovery phase. They're not getting to the evidence admissible in court.
Okay, well, let's say that you're the governor, hypothetically, of Georgia, and your last name is Kemp. This is all hypothetical.
I mean, just if there was a governor in Georgia named Kemp is what you're saying. Gotcha.
If there was such a person.
Gotcha.
And he happened to have gone to the now closed consulate, the Chinese consulate in Houston. And he went there and worked a deal to put the Dominion software, the Dominion voting systems in his state. And he were to have happened to have financially benefited from it. Do you think that he would want to do a signature verification? Do you think that the governor of Georgia would want to verify signatures when, in fact, President Trump would then win and then thus he would be exposed for being a communist sympathizer? No, he wouldn't. And that's why the governor of Georgia doesn't want to follow the law. And this is what we call treason. We don't call it a glitch. I'm throwing out the T word, Mr. T here. Treason. And treason is a crime betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government.
Right.
So what you're having is treasonous people.
Okay, so we got about 30 seconds or so, but what you're saying, and there's a lot of folks that believe it, but you've got dots everywhere. You got to connect the dot, connect the dot, connect. It's not just about having a dot that's true and a dot that's true. You got to connect them, and that's been kind of the challenge, at least to get other people's attention on this.
I have all the dots connected at 2 resources. It's timetofreeamerica.com, timetofreeamerica.com, or you can text me directly, 918-851-6920, 918-851-6920. Take the Is Clay Clark Crazy Challenge and know that I'm an independently successful business owner. I have nothing to sell you, and I have the proof, and it is the proof and the truth that will set us free. We must stand with our president. He is exposing the fraud, and he is saving America. President Trump is our president.
Clay Clark, I tell you what, you bring it strong to the podcast mic there. I really appreciate your time, sir. That's great.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
All right. Boy, I don't know. I need to take a shower. I mean, I'm exhausted just listening to it all. We'll have to connect the dots at some point. He says he can connect the dots, and clearly he's got a cell phone number to prove it. You've got the cell phone number, clearly. Back in a moment.
Men everywhere are now cutting their hair at home. Are you? Introducing MICROTOUCH Titanium Trim, the all-new at-home hair cutting tool and precision groomer. Just a trim or a full haircut. Now, cutting hair is as easy as combing hair.
It's the only way to cut your hair by yourself. I don't know how people can do it with clippers. It's impossible. With this, it's way easier.
I did this at home. If you can comb it, you can cut it. Simple.
Titanium Trim reinvents everything with a revolutionary design that positions the blades on the side just like a comb, making it easy to cut your own hair with confidence. Now, if you can comb it, you can cut it. Snap on a comb to dial in the perfect length for your style, long, medium, or short, and just comb and cut for pro-level results at home.
I just pop on that comb and I get a perfect trim every time. I literally can't make a mistake.
I can give myself a professional at-home haircut how I like it.
Sometimes I just need a little bit off, and that's what's great about this product. You have these guards, and you just take a little bit off. Okay, I'm good.
Now, if you can comb it, you can cut it. Snap off the comb and edge sideburns and beards, or clear your neck and shoulders with zero irritation. And look, Titanium Trim extends a full 40 millimeters for those hard-to-reach areas. Nothing else comes close.
I thought it was really cool that it can extend. It really helps.
That extra little extension made it so easy. I would never use any other clippers. This is the one to use.
Micro-polished stainless steel blades bonded with titanium, precision-engineered comb attachments, built-in extension handle with a non-slip grip and LED spotlight. Just comb it and cut it with MICROTOUCH Titanium Trim. Order online now at titaniumtrim.com or call 1-800-997-6875.
Nobody can get to their barber as much as they'd like anymore, but now you don't have to.
If you don't have it, you better get it.
The revolutionary, all-new MICROTOUCH Titanium Trim.
I had memory foams, I had feather pillows, and I'd always wake up with neck pain. After sleeping on my pillow, I didn't wake up with the headaches, I was more aligned, everything felt good.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. I want you to get the best night's sleep of your life. For a limited time, you can get my premium MyPillows for the lowest price ever. Now only $29.98 with your promo code. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned regardless of your sleeping position.
MyPillow is machine washable and dryable and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and an amazing 10-year warranty. Plus, every premium MyPillow is made in the USA. For a limited time, you can get a premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. That's a $40 savings with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Welcome back to the water cooler, everybody. Time for, I always have to look for it, the last sip. Political correctness running amok in this country. We know that. There's nothing breaking news about that at all. But how about what's going on in San Francisco? Have you heard about this? Abraham Lincoln, the school there, the school named after Abraham Lincoln. The committee in San Francisco's United School District is recommending changing the name of the Abraham Lincoln High School because he alleges, he being the head of the committee, alleges that Lincoln didn't prove Black Lives Matter. This is what the chairman of the renaming committee and first grade teacher says, Jeremiah Jeffries. He says, Lincoln, like the presidents before him and most after, did not show through policy or rhetoric that Black lives ever mattered to them outside of human capital and as casualties of wealth building. Folks, so let me get this straight. Abraham Lincoln doesn't care about Black lives. So I have a few issues with that. I'm starting with, I don't know, kind of like the Emancipation Proclamation. But listen, I don't want to be the one to comment on this. I mean, I think Abraham Lincoln should comment on this. And so we have Abe with us in studio. Abe, what's the sense there? Abe Lincoln clearly not in the mood for talking. I believe it's just no comment from Abe Lincoln, which would make sense because he's been dead for over 150 years. But also this San Francisco Unified School District, they want to not just get rid of Abraham Lincoln, that school. They want to get rid of the Herbert Hoover Middle School because Herbert Hoover was a racist. Roosevelt Middle School because, FDR and internment camps in the Japanese. Thomas Edison, they want to get rid of the Thomas Edison Charter Academy in San Francisco. Why? Well, because apparently Thomas Edison electrocuted animals. Anyhow, I say we do this. I say we start some new schools like the AOC Liberal Indoctrination Elementary School. Or how about this one? I like this name, the Joe Biden, I think this is middle school. I think that's a good one. And of course, what about the George Washington Bridge? We got to get rid of that, George Washington. So we'll just call it the steel structure that connects New York to New Jersey. So I think that's the way we should do it here at the water cooler. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start a petition. Madison, are you going to sign that petition? Madison will sign the petition. Parker and everybody, the crew will too. Abraham Lincoln, we'll try to get him to talk later. Back in a moment.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Call or go online now to take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. And he'll extend his 60-day money-back guarantee through March 1st, 2021.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra-soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call or go online now to take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. And he'll extend his 60-day money-back guarantee through March 1st, 2021. And don't forget to get your MyPillow gift card for the best Christmas gift ever.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
Order now. Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Call or go online now to take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. And he'll extend his 60-day money-back guarantee through March 1st, 2021. And don't forget to get your MyPillow gift card for the best Christmas gift ever. Order now.
Welcome to the water cooler, or back to the water cooler. I don't even know what show I'm doing. Am I doing Just the News AM? Who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Joining me now, Sophie News.
Hi, Hi, David.
It's just Sophie News.
I know.
Why do I always have to explain it every time?
You need not. People know. The brand is clear.
The brand is clear.
It's been established.
Okay, well, your brand is news. And so what do you got going on? Because we did talk a little bit about Ron Johnson, but this is an interesting...
Yeah, well, we're just here to offer an update on the hearing that's been going on.
Thank you for offering the update.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. So the hearing's been going on for about... At this point, 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
They broke for lunch recently. They're going to be back. What the hearing has provided today, and maybe you covered this a little bit already, is that it's just an ongoing perpetuation of these two distinct and conflicting narratives. And they're very evident between the witnesses that the Democrats have called, including Chris Krebs, and the witnesses that the Republicans have called, which include a series of President Trump's attorneys, Ken Starr, former special counsel for the Clinton investigation, and President Trump's impeachment team. And they're just really offering these two very different narratives of what happened in this past presidential election, with Chris Krebs saying, he's sworn in, he's under oath. He's saying, I promise you nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong in this election. We made sure of it. It wasn't like 2016 where the Russians intervened. This election ran perfectly, basically, is what he's saying, which we know to be false.
It's not true.
For a number of reasons. Yeah, and on the other hand, you have President Trump's attorneys giving slightly more anecdotal evidence, as they have been around the country, about specific ways in which they were denied access to transparency in poll watching in Nevada, in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, in all the places that we've heard about and continue to hear about. And they're saying these things, they're not working. And then there's this sort of tertiary plot line of the hearing, which is the Dominion voting systems machines, which Ron Johnson is really laying into. And he's saying that government experts need to be investigating these machines, and that until 5 seconds ago, when President Trump was on the ballot in this election, this was a bipartisan issue. And he cited, letters from Amy Klobuchar and other Democratic colleagues of his saying that these machines are suspect, they don't work. It's pretty wild that we still use them, given that these are documented and ongoing problems. This is, so it's just another question of who are we going to believe about any of this? Why are we hearing two completely different sets of evidence being backed up by different sides? Where is the truth?
Right, and it's just like America, two different sides.
Yeah.
That's what America feels. The fact that you use tertiary,
yes,
that highlight of the show, that's impressive.
Oh, well, you're welcome. It's after secondary.
See you tomorrow, everybody.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every MyPillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota to ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about MyPillow is the support. It gives my neck a little hug.
I've never slept better in my life. What's better than a great night's sleep?
Call or go online to take advantage of my best offer ever. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, you can get premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. That's right, only $29.98. That's the lowest price ever. I tried every pillow, from expensive down pillows that just went flat to fiber-filled pillows that rebound every time you move your head. I even tried those memory foam pillows, and the curve did not match my neck, and it probably won't match yours. That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
MyPillow has a 10-year warranty. It's machine washable and dryable, and I back them with my 60-day money-back guarantee. Call or go online now to take advantage of my best offer ever. Use the promo code to get queen-size premium MyPillows, regularly $69.98 for only $29.98. Get king-size MyPillows for just $5 more. It's the lowest price ever. This is a limited-time offer and not available in stores. Don't delay, order now. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Sleep well, America!
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
WeatherTech floor liners for mom and dad. Oh, their pet feeding system for Scruffy. Oh, and cup phone for Aunt Barb to secure her phone in her car. Hey, How did it go?
Shopping is so tough. When are you going to start yours?
I'm all done.
Make your holiday shopping easy at WeatherTech.com.
Can I borrow that?
Well, the virus has now killed more than 100 people in China, and new cases have been confirmed around the world.
So you don't want to frighten the American public.
France and South Korea have also got evacuation plans.
But you need to prepare for and assume
strongly warning Americans to avoid all non-essential travel to China.
That this is going to be a real serious problem.
France, Australia, Canada, the US, Singapore, Cambodia, Vietnam, the list goes on.
Health officials are investigating more than 100 possible cases in the US.
Germany, a man has contracted the virus.
The epidemic is a demon, and we cannot let this demon hide.
Japan, where a bus driver contracted the virus.
Coronavirus has killed more than 100 people there and infected more than 4,500.
We have to prepare for the worst, always, because if you don't and the worst happens.
War Room Pandemic. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
We can't just say, 4,000 people voted in Nevada that were non-citizens, and we're just going to ignore it. We're going to sweep it under the rug and say, the courts have decided the facts. The courts have not decided the facts. The courts never looked at the facts. The courts don't like elections, and so they stayed out of it by finding an excuse, standing or otherwise, to stay out of it. But the fraud happened. The election in many ways was stolen.
The Constitution is very clear that it is the prerogative of state legislatures to determine what these rules and laws are. And that was, I must say, flagrantly violated in Pennsylvania and perhaps elsewhere as well.
The election was inevitably riddled with fraud, and our hotline never stopped ringing. While the media and Democrats accused us of making it all up, our team began chasing down every lead. Our evidence came both from data scientists and from brave whistleblowers. Here's what we found. Over 42,000 people voted more than once